Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
So we got a report right now that in, Pashegun's desperation to stay in Ile-Ife to, overcome the banishment that had been, given to him and his family, they said he now decided that he is going to expose everything that has been happening in the palace. They say palace, they hot like fire. They say kata kata kitty kitty that are in fact the whole thing that is happening in the palace. Now, you have not even heard what is going on. Pashegun said that there is something that has plunged the palace into darkness that they have been looking for the entire month since Yanifa came, that has not been seen. That he knows what that is, and that it is buried right there inside the palace of the Ooni of Ife. That it was one of the things that they had used to put Oloris Naomi out of the Ooni of Ife's life, and that is the same reason why every time there is an attempt for reconciliation, it will get to a particular point, everything will spoil. That part of that blood is still inside the palace. Now, if you remember what has been going on, when Yanifa came, like, was it last 2 weeks or last week, they said Yanifa was in the groove, like with other Ifa priests, that they were doing some rituals there, trying to do some cleansing, trying to unearth something that had been buried in the palace, that it's the biggest taboo, and the ancestors were angry, and they had to do all of that, and they were in that group for 7 days. And when they finished from the group for 7 days, they now came back to the palace. They were able to unearth that thing that was buried in the palace. Now, Ifa priest is saying that they did not only that what Yanifa unearthed is not sufficient, that the blood of what Yanifa unearthed is still inside the palace. As a matter of fact, where it is a place where it will be very difficult for anybody to find it, that it is buried beneath the bedside of one of the Oloris, and that should they give him another chance, he's going to spill out a lot. Now, what is this thing? Now, in Ile-Ife, a dog is called Aja. It is considered a taboo for the Ooni of Ife, and is not to be eaten or sacrificed in the palace, okay? This prohibition is deeply rooted in Yoruba history and tradition. The reason for this taboo varies based on oral tradition, but some common explanation include spiritual significance. Dogs are believed to have played a role in ancient Yoruba spiritual practices and may have had a sacred or close connection to the Ooni's lineage, okay? Now, historically even, some accounts suggest that a past Ooni had a negative experience involving a dog leading to the ban, okay? Now, cultural purity, the Ooni being the highest spiritual authority in Yoruba land, follows strict taboos to maintain his sacred position, and avoiding dogs is one of the things, okay? Now, this man that they banish, okay, that Pashegun, that Ifa priest, is basically saying that they had used the dog to, a dog physically is a taboo in the palace of, I don't know if it's a taboo for Yoruba people generally. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have that information, and I am not disseminating that information. But one thing I do know is that it is a taboo in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. You cannot use, so several animals are used for, several kinds of sacrifices, but you cannot use a dog, and dog, they cannot eat the dog and all of that. And so because it is a taboo physically, These people are said to have used it to do a ritual as a taboo to make Queen Naomi a taboo for the Ooni of Ife. Yes, so that is what we are hearing, if the information is correct, that they have used it to, do a ritual, to make Olori Naomi a taboo for the Ooni of Ife. And when Ifa came, they unearthed that thing. They went to the group, they did a sacrifice or several sacrifices. They came back, they were able to unearth it. But this Ifa priest is letting them understand right now that, look, what you guys did, you have not done it all. That the blood of that dog that was used is in several places in the palace, and most prominently is under the bed of one of your own, your very own. They say palace scatter. They are right. Palace scatter. It is not a small something. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delara. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the source is still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love you. I share and do well, my people. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of you, Delara. I love you guys so much. It is not a small something we are hearing. Now, they said that the Ifa priest is doing all of this to enable them, give him another chance, because banishing a person entails a lot. It's not about that person, it's about the family, the entire family, the children, the innocent children, and all of that. And if you have been checking, Ile-Ife do not practice that banishment anymore. It is something that they do not know. Now, if you go to the Yoruba tradition, you find out that over time, because they are very educated people, as people, life is advancing, growing into the 21st century and all of that. Some of the rules are not as stringent as they used to be. And they say that they believe more in, integration, reintegration, if I may use that word, right? When people do things, you reintegrate them. You make them serve punishment and reintegrate them. But for very serious offenses like this, nothing is wrong with, banishment. They banish them, and they say the Ifa priest who is said to have been banished is making frantic effort to stay in Ile-Ife, and that is why he's ready to reveal even more. Apparently, it is not only a bunny who has worked with this Ifa priest. It does seem as if other Oloris were also going to work with him, even though he was working in the palace at some point. But after the marriage of all of these women, he was casted out of the palace for fake divination. And right now, after being casted out, they now went and started working with him again. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as facts.